Now, as much of an inconvenience as it really is, checking your tire pressure is part of normal maintenance, and it's something that should be done at least once a week. It's kind of like leg day at the gym, actually. You know you have to do it, but you put it off, maybe you'll get it next time. But with all the new technology out there, there's absolutely no excuse not to do it routinely, with nothing more than a simple press of a button. So right here we have the star of the show. It's the FOBO Bike 2 Smart Tire Pressure Monitoring System. And in the box you'll find a QR code so you can download the online manual. And those are the 3 tire sensors. And in the accessory box will be 3 metal stems, which is suggested to be used by the manufacturer. There will also be a locking nut and a locking tool. But when installed, they'll probably cause a slow leak because the rim of the Spyder obstructs the security nut from being put fully on the stem. There is, however, a software-based theft deterrent, and I'll discuss that briefly at the end of this video. And after we've downloaded this software, we're going to create a profile. And we're going to start off by selecting the 3-wheeled vehicle. We're going to hit next, and then we're going to enter in the badass name that we gave our Spyder. And once you're satisfied, you're going to go to the next page, and here you're going to set in the front tire pressures and the rear tire pressure. And since my tires are the original stock ones, I will be setting the front tires to 15 and the rear tire to 28. And once those values are entered, the software will create a minimum and a maximum range. So if you were to fall below that range or exceed that range, you'll get an audible warning. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the stem caps and make sure to follow the on-screen instructions. The first wheel will be the front right wheel. And once we're ready, we're going to hit the proceed button, and we're going to take the phone and we're going to actually touch the phone to the sensor until it's registered. And once it's registered, it's locked to our account. It's locked to our phone. And following the prompts, we'll go to the rear wheel and we'll touch the sensor and lock that one in as well. And finally, the front left tire. And as you can see, this was fortunate. You can see what happens when the tire falls below the minimum range. You get that audible warning. Since the tire pressures are sitting a little below my preferred cold tire setting, I'm going to hit the gas station and top these tires off. So the main question here is, are these FOBOs accurate? Are they consistent? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, they are. I did find that the pressure sensors underestimated the amount of air I put in by about half a pound across all 3 wheels. And this is something that I checked multiple times, and it was consistent every single time, and in reference to a single air pump which I was using. And a few other things concerning the sensors. Number one, they do add about a 1/4 ounce more weight to your wheel. Now, that should not be enough where you'll need to get your tires rebalanced. At speed over 55 miles an hour, I didn't notice any wobble or any shake in my wheels. Now, that being said, I have read forum posts where people did have issues, and perhaps maybe the FOBOS were compounding to an existing imbalance which they already had. I'm not sure. And again, we're talking about a 1/4 ounce here. Now, that's not nothing, but I think for the majority of riders, everything's going to be okay. And I had mentioned that I was not going to use the anti-theft system, the locking nut, the hardware loss prevention option. I'm strictly using the software one, and the software one is kind of nice. It locks your FOBOS to your account, to your email, to your phone. So if anyone were to steal those sensors, they wouldn't be able to use it because they're locked to you. And the only way they can use it is if you unlock them. And believe me, you take my FOBOS, they will never be functional. I'm going to hold on to them. I will never release them from my account. I will keep them until my very last breath. You will not get the satisfaction of free FOBOS. And of note, you can have up to 19 sensors tied to your account. And changing the batteries in the FOBOS is pretty simple, and that's a good thing because you're going to get about a season out of them. About a year's worth of use, and then you'll have to change them. Currently, there isn't support for Android Auto, but there is for Apple CarPlay. And you can monitor your pressures across multiple kinds of devices, be it a smartwatch, your smartphone, or a CarPurite screen, which I'm using here. I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I hit all the points I wanted to talk about. Just know that this is a very, very elegant way of checking your pressures, something that relieves all excuses. It's super simple. You don't have to get on your knees or on your side to check that rear tire anymore. You put them on, and then, once a season, you have to replace the batteries. So I'm going to give this a thumbs up.